Yeah.
Hello all, welcome to my channel. So in today's lecture we are going to talk about the data types in Python programming language. So along with this I would also be telling about the how to write the comments in Python. So basically there are two types of command, a single line command. So for that we basically use the hash. I think it is visible to you all. So here I have used the hash. And for the double line command or multi-line command, I can say double or line comment, we basically use three quotes before the text or the paragraph and three quotes after the paragraph. So here I have just written the definition and the type of data types using the multi-line comment syntax. So now we are going to discuss about the data types, what are data types and their types. So data types are basically the categories of the data item we are going to store. So basically it represents the kind of value we are going to store in that. Like for a cup we basically say we are going to store the tea in it, or in jug we can say we are going to store water in it. So like these, for variables we are having various data type. Like for integers we have another data type, for numeric, and like this we have different kind of data types. So the various type of data types I have explained here. Like numeric, there are five data types: numeric, sequence, boolean, set, and dictionary. And in the numeric we have integer, float, and complex type data types. So and in these are the three types of numeric. And for the sequence, these are the iterable data types basically. So string, list, and tuple. So these three are the sequence type of data type. And then we have boolean, set, and dictionary. We are going to see the basic syntax of these data types today. So here I think some spelling mistakes. So yes, we are going to discuss the basic things today. And for not making this video much bigger, I have written the code previously, and I am not going to use the VS code today for this, because guys, if I am going to write the code in front of you, it will take a time. And also why I am not using VS code for today, just because if I run the code Python data type, so it is becoming very messy. So for that reason I am not going to use here the this VS code. So let's begin with another editor. Here we have spider. So let me share. Yes, I think you can see it on the screen. So I am going to use the spider today. So spider is also for running the Python code. So here the basic operate need, why I am using this is we can run a part of the code here. So if I am trying to run, like I will run this to show you how the integer data types are used, and so that's why I'm using this. So let's see part by part the various data type. For first we are going to about numeric data types. In numeric we have integer. So for integer what we basically need is we have to just pass a is equals to 5. Nothing else we have to pass here, guys. Just simple. Like if you are from CS background, you must have studied C, C plus, or Java. There you have to go through lot of things. Like you have to provide here like int a, short int a, long int a. So this is not required here. We just have to pass the values, so it will be stored as that. So if I try to print here this value, try to run this code. So here you can see the output. This was my code, and here you can see I have printed the value of a, so it is 5. So this is the type of class int. So using the type of a, type of n, and passing the variable a, it will provide us the data type which is which the variable belongs. So here, as we have studied, it is of integer, and if we are passing an integer, it is giving us a class int. So the second thing is float data type. So float data type is nothing but we can say a value containing decimal. So if any value is containing decimal values, then it will be considered as an float value. So here we do not have double or anything, if you know that. So if you don't know, that's not an issue. So for float, we just have to provide the decimal values. If any value is containing decimal, then it would be a float value. So here if I run this code, so here you can see the, just a second guys, if you are not able to see. Now I think it will be visible to more clearly. So here you can see it is of class float. And now the third thing we are going to discuss about is the complex numbers. So guys, like int, float, we also have a complex data type which is used to store the complex number. I think most of us have studied about the complex number. They are of the format a plus b iota, where iota is basically nothing, root minus 1. So we can also store the complex number here. So for the complex number, the syntax is a plus b iota, where a and b are any arbitrary values. So here we have written declare and define one variable, sorry, complex variable. So here c is equals to 4 plus 3j, where j is basically iota. So if I run this much code, then you can see it is printing us the complex number, and it belongs to class complex. So this much. So we have covered the numeric data types. The second data type is the sequence type. In the sequence we have the string, list and tuple. So these are basically iterable. We are going to discuss more in the upcoming videos as we go through, but here we are just discussing the syntax, that how to define them. So for string, we just do not have to pass anything. We have to give our data, our variable, and in that we have to pass the string in the quotes. It can be double quotes or single quotes. Like here you can give the double quotes also, that's not an issue. So it will work the same. So if I run this code, so here you can see this was my code, and if I run it, I am getting the my string, and it belongs to class str. So yes, the second one is list. So lists is basically collection of values or elements, we can say. So in the list, what we have to do is we just have to pass a list function. This will create an empty list for us. So if I run this code, okay, so we have to run that all together. So let me explain first. So this is the empty list. For defining an empty list, we can also use the square brackets. So this will also create a list for us. For this is an empty list, and for passing the values in it, we can do like this. We can also pass integer value here, so that's not an issue. It is a collection of any type of values. So if I run these three, so here you can see this was my code here, and this is an empty list. I have printed here li only. So if I pass here li and l3, like l2 is same, okay, let me do for l2 and l3. And now if I run the code again for you, then F9. So here you can see first we are getting for li an empty list. For l2 it is same an empty list, because the syntax is same. We can either do any one of them. And for l3 we can see we are getting a list of all the elements, that it is not giving an error. As I said, we can get any type of value. It is an integer or string, any type we can put it in it. Okay. And the third type is tuple. The tuple is same as list. We do not have, I cannot say it is same, but the syntax is similar, same. We will be discussing about more in the upcoming videos. There is a bit difference in both of them. So for tuple, we do not have to do much. For tuple we have to provide the tuple function if we want to create an empty tuple, and if we for empty tuple we can also provide the brackets like this. And for creating a tuple containing the elements, we have to do the same as the list, but the here in place of square brackets we will be having these brackets. So if I run the same code and print t1 t2 t3 all, so if I run this code, so here you can see we are getting two empty tuple for t1 and t2, and t3 we are having the values here. So yes, this was about the tuple. And now we are done with numeric and sequence. The third one is the boolean data type. For boolean we have to do nothing, just we can pass true or false. Here we have to, if you are from Java background or C++, then you have to focus that here T is capital, T and F for true and false. The T is capital and everything is same. The two values it can store is true and false. So if we run this code and check the values, so here you can see it is printing they belong to boolean class. Okay, so the next data type is set data type. For set, if you have studied set in maths, then you all know that it is a collection of unique elements. So set, for defining set we use the syntax as this set. And guys, we cannot use something like this for the set because there is nothing to create the set as this. So we just have to use the set function for creating an empty set. For creating a set with elements we can provide something like this, so it will create a set for us. We can print set1 set2 both here. Let me show you. And the data types, if we run, so here you can see here is an empty set for us and here is a set containing the value. Guys, this is not a just a function, it is a set. Here you can see it belongs to class set. If I am printing the value of s1 here I am printing the value of s1 and this is giving me set class type. So it is not a function, it is a set, empty set. And the last one we are having is the dictionary data type. So dictionary is basically, it is a collection of key value pairs. Value pairs, so it is a collection of key value pairs. So like here we have provided 1 2 3, so we can't provide something like that here, so we need to provide both key and values. For creating an empty dictionary we have to provide the dict function, so it will create an empty dictionary for us. And like for list and tuple we have used the square bracket and these brackets, so here we can use the curly bracket. This will create a set, sorry, dictionary for us. One thing to note is we cannot use this for set because this will create a dictionary, empty dictionary, not empty set. So this thing should be noted every time we create a dictionary or set. And for creating a dictionary with containing the element we have to do something like this, and this is the creating the dictionary with elements. So if I try to print dictionary, print this one, so okay, so it is giving the error. So let us see what we are doing. It is giving the error in name, and name, it is in d2. So here we can see we are trying to print the value in d1 with the key as name, but d1 is an empty dictionary, it is not containing anything, so it is giving us an error. So what we need to do is, as we can see, d2 is containing the key as name, so here we have to do as g2 as name. And now if we try to run it, so here you can see we are getting the value as name, or the value is Arpit, so it is printing that value, and we are getting this data type as dictionary. So this is all about the data types. We are going to discuss about these data type more in the upcoming videos. Till then, stay tuned. I will be coming up with more videos and try to cover as much topics as I can so that you are more fluent in Python programming language. So thank you all. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel, and thank you very much.